Alrighty. Well, hello, fellow rollers, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of Holy Rollerz, the D&D show about the Hallowed Council, leaders of a divine fellowship of priests dedicated to protecting the world of Ienia and its churches from extraplanar threats. So, before we do introductions tonight, just a brief reminder to you that we actually have a website that you might be interested in visiting. Our website, I'm going to link it in the chat, and Jeff will put it in the doobly-doo, or whatever that beautiful thing is called in the Twitch video. Our website has a lot of interesting things on it. It's got the lore of the campaign world on it, all the information about the deities, and it was going to have the unique channel divinity powers that the characters use that I've created, but I think Ryan decided to hold those back for some reason, so maybe we'll update those. I don't think he felt like everyone deserved it. I don't know what I did. That was all him. But...
Oh, I'm the voice. I decide everything now.
Yeah.
What to do?
Oh dear. So anyway, please pop on over to our website, and you feel free to pop on to the forums. Let us know what you thought of a certain episode. You can find Poinket's reviews there, so we would love to hear back from anybody in the community who is watching. So let's have a few introductions now, starting with JT.
Hi, everybody. I'm JT. I play Anduriel. He is a vampire cleric of Naylock, the god of night and of vengeance. Bum, bum, bum.
I'm Ryan. I play Lachlan Dulay. He's a paladin bard who worships Sindel, the goddess of love and truth.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I play Gizik the Glamorous, the hag witch of Sigrund, the vile fairy goddess.
Are you still wearing that purple hat, by the way?
You cannot see it, so you don't know. I'm either wearing it, disguised as something else, or not wearing it.
Is this like Emperor's New Clothes or something?
Oh, nice. Hi, I'm Ben. I play Morokon. I'm the monk cleric of Hamina, the goddess of the sun.
Mm-hmm. And I am Sage of Sorcery, also known as Matt. I am your humble ginger dungeon master, and boy, do we have an interesting evening. So just a little recap of last time. Last time on Holy Rollerz, the clerics dealt with the aftermath of Lachlan's ascension to leader of the Hallowed Council. The Paladin Bard attempted to calm Night Lord Gable, who was panicked that his 9-year-old daughter was caught up in the Champion's Choosing ritual to become a member of the Hallowed Council. Largely successful at putting a few fears to rest amongst the dignitaries, Lachlan was then informed by Elven Princess Aleliar Starsvalian that she would be staying on to help with diplomatic efforts. She then demanded a room in the Hallowed Council's estate and said she would return in 3 days' time. As guests dispersed, several of the Hallowed Council caught sight of the demigoddess, who calls herself Rebellion, and followed her to a room in the back of the estate. Rebellion reminded the Hallowed Council that the fallen Archangel of Pride, Navariel, has released a Knight of Hell into the Republic somewhere, and that she could not find him. Rebellion also warned that by calling on Naylock to interfere while the party was briefly in Shiramonquis, the old god's heaven, Anduriel tipped the scales of divine balance, allowing the fallen Archangel to interfere as well. Once Rebellion departed, Lachlan dispatched half of the Hallowed Council to respond to a call for aid from the town of East River, leaving the other half to confront problems in the state capital. That evening, Morokon had a disturbing vision from which he has just awakened. So, Morokon, you have just awakened from that disturbing vision of the red serpent and the wolf that was running through the town devouring people. And you are awakened, Morokon, by that voice who tells you that the wolf is there. And as you awaken, you actually see a black wolf snarling at you across the room. And then it runs through the wall.
The wall in which direction? Which room am I in again?
You are on square 23G. You are in the quarters of the back of the room by the storage room.
Okay.
And you are in that room with, I would assume, probably Gizik. And then I would imagine Anduriel and Lachlan are in the adjoining room. And it looks like it ran straight through the wall into Anduriel and Lachlan's room.
Okay, so it's me and Gizik in the same room?
Yep, for now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna run over and try to wake up Gizik.
Okay. All right. You run over and you wake up Gizik. I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Ugh. There's going to be a lot of perception tonight, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how you roll.
Oh, gosh. Okay. How about a 6?
Is
A
it
6. Okay.
Gizik, wake up!
You do not find any success in waking up Gizik. However, you do become aware of a kind of different environment all around you. You blink, Moralcon, and all of a sudden you are aware that the scene in the room has changed. It is both the bedroom that you were in, and it is also now another location all at once superimposed over it. Gizik, my friend, you are strapped to the Naughty Pine kitchen table in your mother's cottage in the hills beyond the town of Hollydell. You are strapped down with some iron fastens that she has put into the table just for the purpose of holding you down, and a cauldron bubbles on the fire with some kind of potion in progress. She straps you down to the table, Gizik, and she tells you, "I told you I wasn't dead. Didn't I tell you nothing could kill me forever? You'll never be rid of me. You belong to me. You're a possession, a thing for me to play with and use up. And use you I will." And she starts tightening the screws on the metallic fasteners that kind of hold you to the table. So what is Gizik's reaction to that?
It's like, no, you're dead. I saw you. They burned you. You're buried in 10 different places.
Well, she's actually quite alive, and you say that, and all she does is cackle. And she's like, "Ah!" Like, it's just hilarious to her. Gizik, I would like you to make an insight check.
14.
14. Okay, 14 is not good enough. Gizik, you are completely caught up in the throes of this, and you take a surge value's worth of psychic damage.
Jeez.
Oh,
That's quite a bit.
Wow.
It is quite a bit. All right, Moralcon, you are aware of this playing out. You can see the table. You can see Gizik's mother, Elspeth, tightening the screws on the iron fastenings that are embedded into the kitchen table that she has. You can see the cauldron, but you can also perceive the room as it is. You can see the beds, and it's all kind of overlaid. And you are fully aware that whatever is happening, something is not real. What would you like to do, Moralcon?
Well, I tried to wake Gizik, and he's too deep of a sleep because he rolled a 6. So
I'm going to 14. Oh, you rolled a 6.
I rolled a 6. So I'm going to run out into the hall and try to bust into the room next door.
Okay.
I'm going to try to wake Anduriel and Lachlan.
Okay.
Guys, wake up! Is the wolf in there?
You actually see the wolf in there, and then it darts through the wall again back into the room with Gizik.
Ugh.
Okay, here's what you see in there. Anduriel is actually standing up. He's like sleepwalking. You can tell that he's asleep. Anduriel, you are in that room with Lachlan, and Sabella Gable is in the corner of that room in square 20L in the corner of your room. Anduriel, you are filled with a desperate, dangerous vampiric thirst, compounded by the Piper's curse of being a redcap. And if you don't feed, you feel like it's going to harm you.
Oh.
Anduriel, I would like you to make an endurance check to see if you can avoid taking a step towards Sabella.
That is a natural 1.
Ooh.
All right, Anduriel, you take a surge value's worth of psychic damage.
Oh.
Hit points. Moralcon, you are aware that this is happening. You can see the image of Sabella in the corner, but you are sure that it's not real. At the same time, you see Lachlan, who is in bed, and sitting next to, well, Lachlan is in bed, but he's sitting up, and you can see Lachlan is on a stage, and there is a light coming down on that stage in front of him, and it's almost like he's standing there and he's holding his yarding or whatever instrument he performs with on a regular basis. I believe it's a yarding, isn't it? Or is it a lute?
It's a grand piano.
Okay, it's a grand piano.
It's a keytar.
Okay. All right, so
yarding, yeah.
Okay, so he has a ding, 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 ding. Okay. Lachlan, you are on a stage and you are about to perform, and it occurs to you you haven't picked your song yet. What song are you going to perform?
Whatever love ballad pops into my head.
You tell me. You want to make a performance check and see if you remember one of your better songs?
Oh, yeah. 24.
Okay. All right. So, Lachlan, you remember one of your better songs, The Love Follies of the Well-Hung Halfling, that you've performed all over the place. And you open your mouth, Lachlan, to sing, and all that comes out is a horrible croak. Like Carlotta in the Phantom of the Opera.
Can I take a break from my nightmare to laugh?
You are not even able to perceive Lachlan right now, Enduro. So Lachlan, nothing comes out and people start booing you. They're like, boo! He's horrible! He's awful! And then people start throwing tomatoes. Somebody throws a corn husk at you. A rotten bit of lettuce hits you in the head, and then somebody actually throws a knife at you, and it sticks into the floor of the stage right next to you.
No, I'm allergic to knives.
And you open your mouth to say something else, and all that comes down is a roar, roar. Is all that comes out. Lachlan, I would like you to make an insight check, if you would, please. You need...
What?
Oh, nothing.
19.
Okay. Lachlan, you take a surge value's worth of psychic damage.
Can I use my abilities in this state?
You can try absolutely anything you'd like. Morocon, you perceive that whatever is happening to all of them, whatever alternate reality they seem to be trapped in, is killing them.
I want to try to use Adept's Insight to add to my insight check.
You can do that.
So that gives me a +5. So it was actually a 24 instead of a 19.
Okay. All right, Lachlan, you use Adept's Insight to your insight check, and you actually awaken to the fact that you are in a dream. You know that moment in a dream when you realize, oh my gosh, I'm dreaming, but you can't make it stop, or you fall back asleep and you fall into the dream again?
Or you wake up and it's just another level of the dream.
Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So Lachlan, that's what happens to you. You know that you're in a dream.
So do I still take the psychic damage?
No, you do not.
Okay.
You do not take the psychic damage. All right, Morocon, we're back to you, my friend. You are now aware that whatever is happening is killing people. What would you like to do?
Well, who's closest to me in the...
Wait, you just burst into Lachlan and Anduriel's room. Anduriel is stalking Sabella and has taken one step closer to her.
Is he the closest to me?
No, Lachlan is closer to the door.
Okay.
With his grand piano on his lap that he's...
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to... I'm gonna try to cast Healing Word on Lachlan.
You gonna cast Healing Word on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not hurt.
He didn't take that damage.
That's fine. I still want to try to wake him up because no one's waking up when I holler at him.
Okay. Lachlan receives a Healing Word, and Lachlan, you are aware that someone has just cast Healing Word over you. Moroccan, what does your Healing Word look like?
It's well, imagine the claw of my hand. In the palm, it just starts to glow, and it's like just little light streams are
Okay.
wrapping into them.
So, Lachlan, your dream is interrupted by a little ribbons of light, like entering into your body, and you recognize it because you've seen Moroccan use it before as his Healing Word spell. You don't see Moroccan. He's nowhere on that stage, but you recognize his presence, or that he was there and has tried to use magic on you, but you can't see him.
Can I act?
Can you act? Nope. So moving backwards, Gizik. Gizik, your mother crawls up onto the table, and
I'm shaking.
She says, "Well, it looks like we're going to need to take some of these." And she reaches up and she starts to fasten her claws around your eye and dig her claws in around your eye, preparing to pull one of them out. Would like you to make an insight check again.
It's getting dark, man.
Okay.
All right, so insight. So that's 16.
Okay. You take another surge value's worth of damage.
Now, as a witch, I can add a D4, I believe, right?
As a witch to what with the witch now?
Was it hag or so? I don't know. I'd have to look it up in the book again. I think it gave me a +4 though. Not +4, but I can roll a D4 and add that to somebody's D20 roll.
I have absolutely no idea which ability. Ryan, do you know what ability he's talking about? I do not. I have no idea which ability he's referring to.
I don't either.
You know what? I will look it up, and I might use it later. But for now, take another.
You get your eyeball ripped out, man.
You lose another surge value, and your mother rips one of your eyeballs out. And what's Gizik's reaction other than ow?
He's kind of a big guy, right? So I'm sitting there just thrashing around, trying to break out of my straps and stuff, screaming.
All right.
Saying, "Leave me alone, mother!"
Jeez, Elspeth gave him a peeper beetle.
Okay. All right. She's whispering horrible things and laughing the whole time you're screaming, "Hold still!" And you're like, "Leave me alone." She's like, "You're mine, mommy's baby."
So now with that missing eye, I guess that means I'm bloodied.
Yes. Well, it's pretty horrid. Anduriel. Anduriel, Sabella tells you, "No! Get away from me! You look funny! Why are you looking at me like that?" And then you take that step closer and she screams. Anduriel, I would like you to make another endurance check, please.
It's only 14.
Okay, Anduriel, you take another healing surge worth of psychic damage. And Anduriel, you take a step adjacent to Sabella and you grab her. And she starts screaming, "No! Get away! You killed mommy! I don't want to die like you killed mommy!"
Well, he is like shaking because he's thinking back. He's like, no, I promised myself never again. No. And so he's got this internal struggle going right now. And
As you say that?
Yeah. Well, no, not out loud, but in his, he's like thinking that, and he's like sweating and just shaking, and this is his worst nightmare.
Well, Jenner, yeah. I'm good.
Great.
Yeah. Somebody's a great DM. Who's having fun, guys? Okay. Aaron on the chat has just said, "Witch Priestess level 5. Once per encounter, you can use a free action to add 1d4 to a roll of the 1d20. So yes, you do.
Oh,
have
it's my feature. Okay.
It's from your new. Gizik
Right.
switched out his character theme, and he is has studied more as a witch priest. So, Gizik, what did you roll last time?
It was a 16.
Okay, so you can add 1d4 to that if you would like.
Would it be enough though?
I don't know.
You're gonna roll a
Depends
one.
on how much
so-
you roll.
Could be.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. So 17. Do I still lose my eye?
Okay. So you're still one-eyed Willie here.
All right. Well, then with that gaping hole on my face, I guess I'm bloody.
Okay. Lachlan. Lachlan, you actually switch scenarios. Okay. You are no longer standing on a stage. Now you are in your mother's estate in Talispoon. In her sitting room, there's a fire roaring in the fireplace. And your mother is sitting with you drinking a cup of tea, and she has that look on her face like she's about to have what we lovingly call a come to Jesus chat with you. And she says, look, and she sets her teacup down. She says, darling, I know that you want to contribute, and I understand that you got caught up in the dream of knighthood, but facts are facts. You can't even hold a sword any longer. And Lachlan, when she says that, you become aware that one of your arms has been severed. And she looks at you and she says, you can't walk. And then when she says that, you become aware that you're from the knee below, one of your legs has been severed. And she says, isn't it about time you came home where I can take care of you and give up this fanciful dream?
Dang, man.
He shrieks,
Okay.
like full on shrieking.
All right, Lachlan, I would like you to make an insight check, please.
I wish I were wiser.
It's a room full of priests and ain't nobody got no wisdom.
But hey, that's a good roll. And I do have good skills. So 15 plus 8, 23.
Hey, Lachlan, you do not take damage. And in addition to that, let me back up here. Lachlan, you are able to take control of your dream and change a minor detail.
Okay.
You can change any minor detail of your dream.
Mom, I'm not missing a leg. You are.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm not strapped to the table. You are.
Yeah.
I don't know how minor a change that would be.
Yeah.
That you think you might be able to pull that off. You could replace one of your limbs or change the scenario some other way, but you have gained a limited control over the dream. You feel like you could change a detail.
I think I want the detail to be. I want to picture. Maybe this is too major, but I want to picture Saint Delia in the room instead of my mother, and then start praying my head off to her.
Okay.
Get me out of this nightmare.
You're looking at your mother for a second, and then all of a sudden you're looking at Saint Delia, and she's whispering words of encouragement to you, and she's telling you, no dream, no reality could be so hideous, and you know it. I mean, look at you. You're almost a 10. For heaven's sakes, wake up. This is silly. And you kind of become aware of the fact that you may be missing a limb, but you're not at the same time. And you're not buying it. You take no damage. So you are able to change that facet of the dream. Moralcon, it is now your turn. Moralcon, Anduriel, and Gizik are in serious pain. They're both crying out in pain. Lachlan does not seem to be in the same boat. What do you want to do?
Okay. All right. Well, I'll look at Lachlan and just say, "Hey, Gizik and Anduriel are freaking out. They are dreaming. Help them."
Okay.
I will bust out of their room and run back in with Gizik.
Okay.
And I will. I'm gonna shout, "Hermina! Show them that this is not real." And I will channel divinity.
Okay. So you're going to call in Hermina, channel divinity, and say a prayer. Okay.
Yes.
I would like you to make a religion check, please.
Oh, something I'm trained in. Yes. I'm glad I am. Okay, 19.
Okay. On your next roll, you went back into the room with Gizik, or
Yeah.
Yes?
I went back in with Gizik.
Okay,
I may or may not have ripped the door off of its hinges going back in to help him.
Okay, the chaplains who have to fix that door are going to be pissed, but we'll deal with that later.
It's
I'll
their
cross that
job,
bridge when we
whatever.
get there.
Okay. Gizik, you become aware as Moralcon enters the room and channels divinity of a blazing holy light that lights up in your mother's cabin and is definitely out of place. And as a result of that, you now have greater advantage on your next roll. So we will go back to start with Gizik. All right, Gizik, your mother, who is still up on there, reaches out, and somehow in her hand, she's got some poisonous, bubbling, glowing green potion, and she's shoving it down your throat and making you drink it. And you can feel the potion is stealing your magic. Like it's stealing your ability to cast spells and drawing it back into the vial that she poured into your throat. Gizik, make 2 insight checks, please, and take the greater of the 2.
$17.
Did you Jeff
Right.
that roll?
That is what we call ship face.
I rolled a 13. I have plus 4 on insight. Let's see, does my other version of Gizik have better?
You did.
Yeah. So my better roll was a 13. Plus
Okay.
4, 17.
All right, Gizik, you take another healing surge worth of psychic damage. Moralcon, you lent Gizik your strength, but he's screaming, he's terrified, he's choking on something's not there, and he is unable to emerge from the dream. And Moralcon, at that point, you become aware of violin music that's echoing down the hall.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to run down the hall.
Okay, and on your next turn, that may be an option. Okay, Anduriel. Anduriel, you have Sabella in your hands. You're holding her off the floor, and she's kicking and screaming and swinging her legs and and screaming. Anduriel, please make an endurance check with greater disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh.
Now that you are in proximity to Sabella, she just smells so delicious.
What's the disadvantage?
You have to roll twice and take the lower.
Oh, poop.
But in reality, it's the potted plant that's in the corner of the room.
That is so my lowest was 16,
Hey.
but I want to use memory of 1,000 lifetimes. This is a skill check, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna add
Ooh.
1 dice 6. Oh, that's plus 5.
So total of
21.
that is what you needed. Anduriel, you
Oh,
are
geez.
able to stop yourself from biting her. You take no damage this round.
So-
Anduriel, you awaken to the fact that you are in a dream.
So he's still, Anduriel is still shaking and he's still horrified and he's, no, Father Garen, I promised. This is an innocent. No. And then he kind of wakes up.
Okay. So you're not awake yet, but you are awake to the fact that you are in a dream.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, thank you. Like,
Does he
sorry.
Does he get to change something about his dream?
Not yet.
The fact that I didn't eat that poor little girl.
Yeah. Stop himself. Lachlan. Okay. Lachlan, the scene shifts again. You are now in a bedroom with covers kind of pulled up, and there is a beautiful woman in a silvery evening gown with her hair all done up in ringlets and these beautiful silver, like half moon earrings. And she's kind of putting on makeup. She puts a sash around her neck and turns around and she says, "Listen, half man, I'm going out. This isn't what I signed up for. I agreed to marry you for your family name, and you agreed that I could step out with a real man from time to time.
Ooh.
Well, it's time. I'm stepping out. And you're just going to have to deal with it. Understand, half man?" Got it? Lachlan, please make a manhood check. No. Oh, Lachlan, please make an insight check.
Hey, a natural 20.
Very nice. Okay. All right. Lachlan, I know this is BS.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, exactly. No woman could possibly treat me this way. Okay. All right. Lachlan, my friend, you may make a saving throw to wake up.
Okay.
I would suggest that you make it and not miss.
13.
All right,
Made it.
Lachlan, you come awake, and you are aware that the scenario in your room is still there, but you are completely outside of it. You're staring at it the way Moralcon is, like an outsider. You're just sitting up in your bed, and there's kind of this image, and you look over, and Anduriel is in the corner, and you can see Anduriel is like holding something, trying not to bite it, like. Yeah, and he puts it down. There's nothing in his hands. He looks like an idiot. He's like,
Can I tell he's hurt?
Anduriel, oh, he's wounded. You can tell. He's sweating. He's pale.
Do I have enough of a minor action to do something?
No, your action has been taken up. However, you are awake, so
Okay.
you will be able to act in the following round.
Okay.
Dang it! I had such a great finish planned. If you anyway, no, I mean, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you have awakened. Great. Okay.
Was
So-
something going to fall off?
Not where I was headed, but that was
Okay, well.
okay. Moralcon, it is now your turn, my friend.
Okay, well, I will. I'm going to run out into the hall, and I need to follow after that fiddle music that I hear.
Okay. It's not fiddle, it's violin. And it is, it's so shockingly sweet that it's actually a little painful to listen to.
Ah, it's really tinny.
Yeah, it's so sweet, and the notes are so pure and clear that you feel it in your chest, and it kind of gives you an ache, you know. But Moralcon, if you take the run action, you can hear it out in the hallway. It's not coming from the council chambers. It's not coming from the quarters. However, you do hear the sound of the ministers in the other two quarters groaning, and some of them are calling out in pain.
Okay, well, I'm going to sprint after that music as hard and as fast as I can.
Okay, Moralcon, you make it with the run action twice to the door of the council chamber.
Okay.
And you hear the music is coming from further down the hallway.
Of course it is.
All right, Moralcon, I am placing you on square 18T.
Okay. I'm going to scream down the hallway and just in hopes that anyone hears me. Help who you can. I'm running after the music.
Okay. I'm chasing the music, man.
I was like, you get a Backstreet Boys concert.
Yeah. I was just thinking, but his music wouldn't wait. But whatever. Anyway. Okay. Lulu says it's from Lavender serenading Aelin. She's in a nightmare too. No, Lulu, that is not what's happening. Okay. All right, back to the top. Gizik, your mother has stolen your magic, and she is thinking, well, there's only one thing left to take from you. Nothing more magical than the still beating heart of one's own progeny. And then she lifts up this horribly long, curved, sacrificial knife, and she starts like wriggling it back and forth just to terrify you.
I'm still straining, trying to pull away, kind of whimpering now. I'm
Okay,
assuming
and
you want
just
another insight check?
You can hear Gizik screaming from, well, no, not you, Lachlan, excuse me. Lachlan, you can hear Gizik screaming from the next room. Anduriel, it looks like he's in pain, but Gizik is just blood-curdling scream. Yes, Gizik, and he's screaming things like, no, mother, get off of me. Your birthday presents are terrible. I hate you showed up to the school play drunk. It was so embarrassing. Like, all kinds of just terrible things.
Sigrun take you.
Yeah. All right, please make an insight check, Gizik. A good one.
I'll roll this die. $21.
Yeah.
Oh.
That guy's staying out for a while.
You become aware that you are in a dream. You do not wake up, but you come to the awareness that this isn't real. And your mother, she takes out your beating heart, but it doesn't have any effect on you because you're like, that's not mine. Mine is. There's no way. I can just tell. So
She pulls out a rubber chicken out of his chest.
I was thinking like
Waka waka.
a herring or something. The knife turns into a herring.
Alrighty. Oh, that was good. If you took one more,
I'd be dead, I know.
yeah, that would have been. Yeah,
Because,
then you would have been dying. You would have been making death saves. All right,
The
that's
surge
Gizik.
is quarter of your health.
That's true. One more quarter, and that would have been it. Okay, so that is where Gizik is. Anduriel, my friend, please make another endurance check.
That is 18. So 20.
Okay, Anduriel, you may change something about the dream that you are trapped in. You gain enough control over the dream that you may grow Wolverine claws if you want to, or whatever. You may change some minor detail about the dream.
I think what he'll change is
His teeth are now gone.
I've lost all my teeth.
Yeah.
I am a vampire with dentures.
You can do that.
No, I think what he's gonna, if he can,
Can't bite anyone if I don't got no teeth.
no, he's gonna wrap himself in shadow so he can't see, and he feels like he can't see
Okay.
Sabella, and he can't be seen by her. So he's
Okay.
gonna use the shadow and wrap himself in it.
All right, so Anduriel, you just look to the shadows, and they start crawling towards you and coming towards you in kind of like a frightening way, but it doesn't frighten you because you know that you have control of them. And all of a sudden, boom, you're in like a black, empty space with nothing around you. And you could kind of only distantly hear Sabella outside of that space. Lachlan, it's your turn, my friend. What are you going to do? Moral Khan goes bolting down the hallway past you. And he starts bellowing that he's going after the violin, and you become aware of the fact that there is violin music a-playing.
Well, with my minor action, I want to use Majestic Word on Anduriel because I can see that he's injured. So he can get a surge +5.
Okay.
And then with my standard action,
What do you
I
say,
want-
Mr. Majestic Word? What do you say? Word!
I don't really say it to him. I just say, I say it more as a prayer. Sindel, help, and just call on her power, and then I reach out in telepathically to Gizik and Anduriel because they're both close enough, and in their minds, I want to try to use like bardic inspiration and start to call to them and say and just sing like probably almost I think a Besteran hymn, something she's the goddess of hope, so he starts singing hope, and but right before he starts singing, he says Gizik and Anduriel, you're dreaming, come out of it, and then he starts singing.
Now it really is a nightmare.
The bard is singing. No.
Okay.
Well, it's best Aaron hymns.
So,
Well, it's a good one. Come on, they're not all.
yeah.
They're not all.
Okay, so he starts singing a best
He's the goddess of hope.
of hope, and
I hate hope.
Lachlan, are you getting the grumpy cat response? Okay,
Oh no, he's beatboxing. Oh.
All right. So, first things first, Anduriel, in your little chamber of darkness, isolated, you become aware of a rose-colored glow that envelops you, and you begin to feel unease of the horrible headache and psychic tension. And then you're also you vaguely feel like you've been felt up. You're not sure. It's very strange. Very strange feeling. And then Lachlan's voice pops in there and he grants you both bardic inspiration. I'm assuming you're using your standard action to do it. Now, Lachlan.
Yep.
When you call on Bestera, you feel a link to Sister Fadaver. Like she pops into your mind's eye, and it's the first time perhaps that it wasn't annoying. And you feel like if you called on your connection to Bestera through Sister Fadaver and channel divinity, you could do more. Just FYI. Your turn is taken, but you feel like you could call on Bestera to do more through your link to her if you chose. So there we go. That's Lachlan. All right, now back up to the top. Mr. Gizik, you may now make another insight check. Go for it, my friend.
Whoa.
You have bardic inspirations. You can add. Is it 1d6 or 1d8?
1d6.
1d6.
All right, I'm rolling the dice 6, and that's a 6, so that's 20.
Very nice. Is that a 20 total?
20 total.
Okay, Gizik, you may make a saving throw to awaken.
Do it.
I rolled a 10.
All right, Gizik, snap awake.
I just barely wake up.
Nice.
Yep, you barely wake up. Gizik, your mother is still, like, the image of your mother and the table. It's all still in your room, but like Morokhan, you have now awakened to the fact that it's not real, and you just can kind of ignore it, and you can just kind of get up. So, anything you say as you do so?
What a horrible woman.
Okay. All right.
Why am I
And then I
right?
like feel my face and like, oh, good. It's still there.
Okay.
Why are
That
my
was my
bed sheets
favorite
so wet?
right. Anduriel, make
Do I still
an
hear the
endurance.
singing?
You become. Do you still hear the what?
The singing?
There is no singing that you hear, but you do hear violin music kind of echoing through the entire complex. Anduriel, make an endurance check, please, my friend.
Do I get any bonuses?
1d6.
Nope. Oh, 1d6. Yeah, you get Lachlan's 1d6.
Oh, that is a 3. So that is 20.
Okay. Anduriel, you may make a saving throw to awaken.
Come on, man.
Big money.
That's a natural 20, actually. Sweet.
All right, Anduriel, you snap wide awake. The darkness falls away, and you become aware of Sabella in the corner. You're no longer thirsty to any serious degree, and you are completely wide awake now. Okay, moving to the end. Lachlan, it is your turn again, my friend. Excuse me, Morokhan, it's your turn.
Okay, well, I'm still sprinting down the hall looking for that violin.
Okay, Lachlan, it is... Morokhan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Morokhan, you wind up in square N10, and you are positive the violin music is coming from the assembly hall.
Of course it is.
You still have a minor action if there's anything you want to do. If not, that's fine.
Can I run minorly a little farther?
Like
You
shuffle.
actually can't run minorly.
You mean
could
like
say something
shuffle
if you
forward
want
2
to,
inches?
or you could use a utility power that's a minor action, or you could breathe fire on the walls in anger. That's up to you.
Okay, yeah. Well, I will take this opportunity to assume the Fighting Fury stance.
Okay.
As I'm
All right.
I'm getting ready to smash a nice Stradivarius over possibly someone's head.
All right. Clint, it's your turn.
Okay.
You hear Morocon thudding down the hallway, thump, 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 as he runs down the hallway. You can also hear the ministers in the next two corridors groaning, some of them calling out in pain, others of them saying nonsensical things.
Okay. Well, I have no reason to believe that Morocon is asleep because I saw the light from him. So I don't think he's like
He was not
sleep running.
asleep. He ran right past you. He was not asleep.
Yeah.
And he's also calling things out that make sense.
It was
Right.
hard to miss the sun running down the hall.
Then I'll run after him.
Okay. All right, Lachlan, you are coming from the far ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lachlan, you are right in front of the council chambers.
Okay.
Okay. All right, back at the top. Gizik, you are awake, my friend. It is your turn. What do you want to do? Lachlan, you hear Lachlan's footsteps running down the hall. Morocon's thud, 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 thud. Just go back to bed.
Oh, man, I'm pushed.
I kind of really want to, yeah, but I think I'm gonna use an ardent surge and heal myself
Okay.
for 16 health.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And I think I'm also
If you-
gonna take a second wind.
Yeah, that's also a good idea because you did take a beating. So just
So I'm just kind of like sitting there stunned, just kind of like reeling from that really bad dream I just woke up from. A little bit relieved it's not real, but it still feels pretty real, and I just kind of take a moment and recover.
okay. So Ardent Surge, is that a multi-class ability?
It is, yeah.
Cool. So what does it look like when you use that to heal yourself?
It's a psionic thing, so it doesn't really look like anything. I just kind of use mental power, and
Okay.
I kind of mind
who
over
knows
matter,
what-
and like I convince myself to feel better.
All right. So who knows what kind of experiment your mother did on you that released untapped psionic abilities? But you kind of sit there just concentrating, and as you do, the color returns to your face. You feel your emotions kind of calm and center themselves, and your headache begins to subside as you kind of take control of your physical body. The illusion of Elspeth is still there. She's still cackling, but you don't hear her as clearly, and you clearly can perceive it as illusory. So that would probably be your turn. You still have a minor action, right? Anything you want to do? Any utility power?
So the healing was minor. I don't want to move, really. Actually, I'll start walking towards the door. Just take a few steps, move like 3 squares about.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Very good. Moving back. Alrighty, that was the Gizik. Anduriel, you are awake. What do you want to do?
Okay, so he kind of recognizes what Lachlan's healing looks like, and he heard his voice. So can I use a minor action to communicate with him through the mind link?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just going to reach out, and because he knows Lachlan was in the room before, now he's gone. Something's going down, so he's just going to ask, Lachlan, what's going on? Where are you?
So, Lachlan, we'll assume this happens as you're running past. You can spit off a reply really quickly.
Danger. He just says, "There's." Oh no, he just says we're under attack.
Okay, where are you?
We're under attack, headed down the hall. That's yeah.
Okay, he'll just say, I'm on my way, and then he's just gonna run as fast as he can to catch up.
All right, you catch up with Lachlan and Duriel right in front of the council chamber. You're right behind him. Okay. All right, that is Lachlan's turn. By the way, Morgan.
Do we hear the mind link communication? Like, are we all a part of that, or was
no,
it?
only on. I can talk to everybody at once, but you guys can't talk to each other.
Okay.
There's a feat I need to take to be able to do that.
Okay.
Tell the dragon I'm on my way too. Oh.
Follow the sun. Okay.
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna move to the assembly hall entrance.
Okay. Moralcon, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Moralcon, you are on square 11G with 1 run action. And you see Moralcon on square 18F, which everybody should write down. On 18F, on the stand right next to the pulpit, you can see someone in kind of a bare-chested, a very fit bare-chested man in a crimson cloak and a cap, a kind of a woodsman's cap that is covered down over his eyes, is playing this painful violin music all over the place. And you also become aware that something wolf-shaped is stepping through the wall in square 16K. And you enter the room, Moralcon, and he kind of looks up and takes notes of you, but he doesn't stop playing.
I'm out of movement, aren't I?
Well, you still have a standard action. You only ran once.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Well, if I sprint, can I get to him? Can I get up on the dais?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yep, you can. If you give me a minor athletics check, you can do it.
Easy. Okay, I'm up there. 22.
All right. Moralcon, you are on square 18E right next to the dude.
All right.
He is still playing. That is your full action. You still have a minor action. You would think that a charging dragonborn of your size and stature would throw him off, but he appears deadly calm and is still playing.
All right. Well, you would think that someone so calm would realize that there's a dragon running up and is now standing next to him. So I'm going to use that minor action to breathe some fire on him.
Okay, go for it. What is that target?
Reflex.
Okay, his reflex is 19, my friend.
Okay. Which that is... Oh my gosh. 18. Well, I missed. Does he stop playing at least?
He does not stop playing. He barely ducks as you blow fire, and he's still playing that violin. He plays, if anything, he plays a little bit faster. He's like, or something like that. So, pretty creepy. Okay, that is Moralcon's action. Alrighty, and now it is Gizik. It is your turn.
Yeah, I don't think I want to Kool-Aid man this. I'll. But I'm assuming that I hear some stuff coming from the other side of the wall.
Yeah, you can hear it. If you make a perception check, I will. If you take a minor action and make a perception check, I will let you pinpoint.
All right, so perception, that is a 25.
Okay, you are absolutely positive it is right on the other side of your wall.
Kool-Aid man. Kool-Aid man.
Kool-Aid man. Kool-Aid.
So which quarters was I in?
You are in the one all the way on the left. You're in like square 22.
Right next to the storage.
So basically, if I move about as far as I can, I get to in front of the quarters closest to the council chamber.
Yes.
All right.
Unless you Kool-Aid.
I don't.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like my house now almost. I don't think I want to be wrecking it. So
Well,
yeah, I'll just.
How many hit points are you down to now? Can you handle running through a wall?
If he casts Fist of Stone, I'm pretty sure he'll handle it just fine.
That would get the guy to stop playing.
Oh man, this is so tempting now. Just waking up from that horrible dream.
It's you. It's your turn.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
All right. So instead of moving, I'm gonna do an attack roll on the wall.
All right.
Well, that's not the worst roll.
Well, it is a wall. It's not dodging you.
So yeah, this is with Fist of Stone. Still though, that's like 14.
I was only going to say you needed a 13. It's a wall. It's not dodging.
Plus with Fist of Stone, I do double damage against objects. So
that is true.
Wall, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right. Tell me how much damage you do.
Oh, all right. $28 damage.
Okay, Gizik, you burst through that wall and you annihilate square 20G. The wall in between 20G is now decimated. Moroccan, Gizik comes barreling through the wall and stone explodes outward. And Gizik, you are now in square 19G.
All right, Stuart can fix that later.
And somewhere, perhaps in a dream, perhaps not, Deacon Durkin has just fainted.
All
right, so
play out in real life right now.
I know that my rolls don't warrant this, but I want to take an action point.
Okay, you can do that. You're right there.
And I'm going to attack that guy standing next to the podium.
Okay, what are you gonna do? Hag's Hunger?
Yeah, I'll do Hag's Hunger.
Something worse.
Kool-Aid Man through his chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so that's let me double check the power here. Yep, 2 + 2 bonus to attacks. So that is 24
Hit.
and 18.
Miss.
Okay.
Did you use your bardic inspiration to wake up? I don't remember.
He did.
Okay, just checking.
All right, so that's 13 damage.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh, he doesn't like that. All right, Moralcon blows fire and he ducks, but he keeps playing. Gizik, you through the wall. Oh yeah! and then you slam your fist into his back, and you almost flatten him, and the violin goes like that, and he's like, "Oh!" Disrupt his nasty little song with that one.
Send Elspeth after me, will you?
Yeah, you're gonna pay. All right, and Moralcon, he whispers, he's like, "Send Geth," and you're like, "Oh, what?" Okay, and that would be Gizik and Uriel.
Okay, well, I just need to get in the room.
Okay. All right, and Uriel, you can make it all the way to the dining hall, like the door in front of the dining hall with a double run action.
Okay.
And
Holy crap, he's fast.
yes, he is. Well, it's your speed +2. Okay, so you also have a minor action. And Uriel, you want to do anything with your minor action? Want to use a utility power or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, Lachlan, you gonna be doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So Lachlan, you're right on Enduriel's heels. And what do you want to do anything with your minor action?
Yeah, I want to. I'll use virtue, give myself temporary hit points. I know I'm going into a fight, so I might as well.
Okay. So you whisper a brief prayer to Sindel. What do you say?
Yeah. It says, prepare your servant, Lady of Truth.
Okay. You get enveloped in the rosy glow, and it lingers on you like a shield. All right, and now it would be that's and Gizik, Lachlan. It is time to actually roll initiative now, my friends. Everyone, roll into the initiative. All right.
Okay. 23.
Ooh. That is
17.
Okay.
12.
I got 17 as well.
My dexterity is a 14.
My dexterity is 17.
Okay. And
So 19.
ooh, nasty. Just a small warning, evil rolled very well for initiative. Okay.
Gizik can handle it. It's fine.
All right. Nastiness. Okay. So we will now follow down the road to initiative. So the wolf that is in square J16, it kind of shimmers a little bit, and its form takes on the consistency of fog almost. So you guys start, you just kind of look over at it, and you become aware that its form shimmers a little bit, and it is going to move towards Gizik. Okay, Gizik. It is going to take the move action, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the wolf is going to be in square 18H on top of the dais next to you. Gizik, its form was cloudy and kind of translucent and insubstantial, and it reforms. Actually, no, it has to grab you, and it's going to make a psychic siphon attack. Gizik, what is your reflex?
It's amazing. 13.
13. All right. It needs a 5 and gets a 6. Anything you can do to boost your AC? Anything at all?
No, I don't think so.
Did you use a second wind on your previous turn? Ryan, I can't hear you.
I did, yeah.
You
That
did?
was two turns ago.
That was 2 turns ago.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay, dang it. Because second wind gets you a +2 to all your defenses. All right. Well, if there's nothing you can do, friend Gizik, then it latches onto you and does a decent amount of damage. Where are my 1d10s? Yes, I'm rolling 1d10s. Sorry.
Somebody take those 1d10s away.
Gizik, you take 16 points of psychic damage and you are grabbed.
I am so glad I healed up right now.
I am too. And then it uses its nightmare form ability. Gizik, it begins leeching energy out of you, and it actually physically transforms into Elspeth. So your mother is now actually grabbing onto you. And it is horrifying. You feel that as it's draining your energy, that as long as it has a hold of you, it's going to keep doing it, and it's going to be even worse because it's taken the form of your nightmares. So getting loose is a priority. And that is its turn. Now it is the violinist's turn. What is he going to do? He's got a Morocon on him, and he doesn't like that. Moralcon, he's going to use Open Death's Door on you. What is your fortitude?
21.
21. Oh, and he only rolled a 16. So Moralcon, he starts to play this kind of like dirge on his violin, and a shimmer black doorway begins to like open up behind you, like a door into death itself open up behind you, and you feel yourself kind of compelled to go back into it, but you just shake it off and growl, and then the door behind you just goes poof, it dissipates completely.
Is it drafty in here? And I turn around and close the door.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. And that is his turn. Moralcon, it's your turn.
All right, well, so I see Gizik busting through the wall and taking a swing at this guy.
Heck,
Yeah. He may not have said, "Oh yeah," but I sure did.
Okay.
Can I get inspiration from seeing him do that?
Ner.
Yeah.
You may respond emotionally, but not magically.
I'm like a bard now, except for my music is destroying
Smash.
property.
Your music is...
I'm the drummer.
That's awesome.
I see your violin and raise you a drummer.
Oh, that's my favorite kind of music, man. All right, well, I'm going to look at this violinist. And I'm going to glare at him and I'll growl. Just say, "You will play no longer." As I reach up into the sky, or reach up into the air, and my fist starts to glow in Hamina's light, I'm going to take a big swing at him using Avenging Flame,
Ooh,
which is natural 20.
all right. Adjust your camera. Let's see the back it up.
All right, let's do this. Can you see this?
Yep, we see it just fine. Let's see your backup, my friend. I can't see the back roll.
Can't see it.
Can we here, Merritt? Is it there?
Roll
No,
it on your
no, it's
paper.
not there.
Roll it on your paper.
Merritt?
What was that?
What does it say?
I saw a 20.
Oh, is that
I
a
mean,
20?
If you touched it
He
first.
backed up
but-
with a 20? Is that what that is?
All I did
All
was
right.
slide it over. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Moralcon. Roll the 1d4. On 1 to 2, you get a critical hit. On a 3 to 4, you kill him.
1d4? It's not 1d6?
Oh,
Okay.
Not when you back up a
Wow.
20 with a 20.
That's the
Oh,
second time
gosh.
this has happened in the history of Holy Rollers.
Oh my gosh.
In 34 episodes.
Oh, do I need to prove this roll as well?
Not if you can't see it. Roll it in front of your computer. That's where we can see.
Right. Okay.
On the character sheet. There we go. What is it?
That's it's okay. Well, it's not insta death. Yeah, it's a 1.
It's,
We shall
Um,
take it. Hello.
It's
yeah,
still a crit.
It's still a critical hit, and that's a critical hit with back damage. So how
Heck
much
yeah.
damage does that do?
Okay, so do I just, is it full damage or is it double
You
damage?
don't have to roll. It's full damage. What is the damage for the power?
Full damage
Weapon?
is 20. And they get ongoing fire damage.
Okay. Did you add your damage bonus?
Yeah, that's everything for
Okay.
Avenging Flame.
Are you sure? Is it? I thought
No,
it was
it's
triple
not.
weapon damage.
So when it's a critical, is it just full damage or is it the?
If it's a magic
Yeah.
item, you should get crit dice too, right? Unless
Yes,
you have a
yeah,
crit property.
For his totem, he gets to roll an extra 1d8, I believe. Okay, so tell me what it says on your character sheet for the damage.
So 2d8 plus bonus, and the bonus for that
Okay, so
is 4. So 16
16
plus 4
plus
is
4.
20.
So okay,
yeah, and
for
then
some reason I
plus-
thought it was triple.
And then plus 3 for Fighting Fury. So
Okay, and then
20.
you get to roll 1d8
Oh, okay.
because you get to add your implement bonuses, your magic item, your amulet.
Oh, yeah. Well, and yeah. I guess unarmed combat, so 1d8, which is a 6. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
29.
so 29.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
And
Like it's
ongoing 5, right?
Yeah, an ongoing 5.
All right. Where do you strike him, Morocon, when you hit him?
And
What does it look like?
I'm gonna strike him straight through the violin.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So he's sitting here playing this song. He opens up the door, and you smash your fist into his violin, and you drive the violin into his face. You hear bones crack, and his nose explodes, and he hisses and like chokes on the blood, and it's just a total terrible mess. And one of the strings like bang pops on his violin. It's badness overall. Anything else you want to do with your turn? Any other minor action or?
Doesn't he also take? Doesn't he also take damage for being in my aura, for being in the sun?
Being in your channel divinity aura?
Yeah.
Did you? I don't think you used your channel divinity to do the sunlight aura. I think you used it to wake somebody up, right?
Oh yeah. Right, you're right. I forgot about that.
Alternate use of channel divinity, but that would have been nice.
But it is
Okay.
a minor action. Can I channel divinity again?
You can only do it, unfortunately, once per encounter.
Right.
Kind of.
Okay.
Okay, that was the Morocon with his 23. Now we have 17 and Duriel, and then Lachlan.
Okay. Which square? I'm right outside the dining hall, right?
Yep. So you can take the run action to move 8 squares, and you'll be in the room.
Okay. And that's what I do. I'm in the room.
All you people taking the long way around.
Gizik, how did you get here?
I'm
No,
surrounded by
Andrew,
rubble. It should be obvious.
And Duriel, you end that run action on square 11G, and you become aware of Gizik is fighting a hag, and Morocon is beating up on some kind of satyr-looking creature with a violin. He just smashes it into the guy's face. Gizik is being choked to death by a hag, and you are right there in square 11G. There's also a huge hole in the wall behind Gizik.
I had a bad dream.
Stuart's not going to like that. I'm going to, I guess, charge and try to attack the person who's grabbed Gizik.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, you can do that. Okay, so you'll end up in. Do you want to be in 17G or 17H?
H.
Okay. So, Anduriel, you go and you make a charge attack. You go running up, and you stand in front of the dais, and you can make a melee basic attack against the hag.
Awesome. Can I use Leviathan's Tooth?
You absolutely can.
I would like to do so.
Okay.
Well,
you got to hit first, bud.
Right.
all right.
No
Well,
pressure. No pressure.
I think you're about to be pushed back onto your bed.
That is a 22.
You hit.
Jeez.
All right. So damage. This is well, it's a melee basic. Never mind.
Mhm.
So it's just my dagger damage. That's 10. So 15 points of damage. And the target is prone and restrained.
How did you get to 15 damage? Just out of curiosity. The dagger's 1d4.
It's a +2, right? Oh no, sorry. I rolled 2. It's +2, not 2 die 5, not 2 die 4s. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 1d4, and then your damage bonus for a melee basic attack.
So that would take away. I'll just roll the 4 again. 4. So that is 9. Sorry, 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Because I'd still get to add my damage bonus, right?
This is not a vampire attack, so you don't get to add your vampire damage, unfortunately.
I'm not talking vampire. I'm talking weapon damage.
Yeah, you get to add +2 because it's a +2 item, and then you get to add your strength bonus. What is your strength? 18?
It is 16 and then plus 3.
Okay, so you add a total of 5 to whatever you roll. So 3 for your strength and 2 for the enchantment on the weapon.
So yeah, so that's 9, right?
Okay. I don't know what you
I
rolled.
thought I'd figured it correctly. It's
Okay, cool. All right. You stab the Leviathan's too. Oh, whoops! I just took that damage off of the violinist.
That's
Which-
okay too.
Sure, he would appreciate. Okay, so you stab a hag, and it honestly doesn't seem to notice really that you've stabbed it very much. And when you make contact, wispy smoke kind of comes out of the wound, and the area around the wound almost seems like it's not real. And then the enchantment of the Leviathan's tooth takes place, and everyone hears a roar fill the chamber. That He-Man sound roar that Plankett found for us once. You hear the He-Man, the roar. I really don't do it well. And then Elspeth is flattened into the floor. Gizik, you are shoved back. Let's see. Yeah. Gizik, you're shoved back in the room.
Back to bed, huh?
You are shoved back onto square 21G, Gizik.
It's a burst 3, so I don't know if it catches the violinist and Morocon as well, but
Yes, it does. Morocon and the violinist, you shift 1 square to the right. 1, 2, 3. No, excuse me. You shift 2. So the violinist is now in square 18D, and Morocon, you are in 18C as you both get shoved out to the edge of this.
Are we prone or just pushed?
You're pushed. You're not prone. The Elspeth the hag is prone, but you are not.
Okay.
So, however, Gizik, the good news for you, my friend, is that you will not be taking psychic damage from being grabbed. So, congratulations. And Uriel, you still have a minor action. Anything you want to do?
no.
Okay. Lachlan, it is your turn.
All right. So, can I move 6 and get line of sight?
Yeah.
Where does that put me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, no, you can't. You're gonna have to take the run action if you do it, my friend.
Okay. So put me where?
Okay,
I
you
guess-
will be in square 11G if you take the run action.
Okay.
Right in
11.
the entryway of the assembly hall. You got pews on the left, pews on the right. They're up at the pulpit area.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hit that violinist with staggering note. What's its will?
The violinist's will is 20.
Ooh.
Wow.
So unfortunately to you, it's 25 because you took the run action.
So that I rolled a 13. I missed by 2.
How can you get combat advantage?
I don't know that I can.
All right. So Lachlan comes running into the room. He clangs his sword and does that tuning fork effect, goes pong, and aims it. And Morocon, you feel the pulpit shake in front of you, and part of the pulpit, it collapses inward, the wood of the pulpit, as Lachlan misses just a little bit too far to the left. Gizik, you see that, and you feel the vibration from the next room. Lachlan, you still have a minor action. Anything you want to do?
Nobody needs a saving throw, right?
Not yet.
Then I think I would just want to make a I want to make a check. What kind of check would it be to stop that?
Just a check. You want any check?
Any check? No, I want to make a check, but I want to know if I can tell what that thing is, that because I don't believe that it's Elspeth.
Okay. Make a, let's see. This is
History.
Go ahead and make a knowledge religion check.
Okay. Well, I have a +7, but I rolled a 2 on the die, so that's a 9.
Ooh.
All right. You actually think this might be from the Archfey Chisonius, who is the Archfey with dominion over cheese. You think that he may have summoned this creature into the real world, and that its true form is cheese in nature. But you stop and study it, and you're like, Gouda, Swiss, Munster? I don't know. You're not quite sure, but you just can't place it. And that is the Lachlan's turn. Gizik, it is your turn, my friend. You are not on your butt, but you are shoved back over the beds. And you can't really get into the room because of the physical force of the Leviathan's tooth.
I can still see in, though, I think.
You can. You still have line of sight to Elspeth, the hag.
All right. Well, then I'm going to tell her, it's time for you to sleep now. Actually, no, I'm going to try and bewitch her first.
Good call.
So that is a 19 versus will.
Okay. And that is a hit. You have bewitched the hag. It falls under your power. Which effect are you choosing?
-1 to will.
Okay. Now
I'm telling her to sleep. So this is 21 versus will.
Ooh, that is a hit, my friend.
Ooh, nice.
That's what that is.
Nice.
So that is 12 psychic damage and slowed save ends.
What is this power called?
Bewitching Slumber.
Okay. Unfortunately, this creature seems to be immune to your psychic damage, but I will tell you what happens when you cause it to fall asleep. You cast Bewitching Slumber, and you kind of extend your claws, and this mist, what color mist do you think it would be for you?
Kind of just this bright violet mist.
Okay, so this bright violet mist just kind of oozes out, and you're like, sleep, and the creature shifts out of Elspeth's form and becomes kind of smoky gray, like insubstantial, and just looks inert. It doesn't even have a humanoid shape at this point, but it seems stationary and inert. And that is, my friend, what it looking at. So does it fall asleep on this round, or
no, it's slowed right now. Save ends, and with a -2 penalty.
Okay.
And if it fails the saving throw, then it's unconscious.
Alrighty.
Again, save ends.
Anduriel, this happens right in front of you. Its body goes, and it just kind of loses Elspeth's shape and becomes this smoky gray, vaguely humanoid form. And it's like moving like lethargically, like it's moving through molasses or something.
So is it slowed, prone, and restrained?
It's
yes.
slowed.
Yeah, it's slow. Yeah, but it's restrained because of the Leviathan's tooth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Basically, it's screwed.
Unconscious means coup de grace time.
Oh, we shall see what happens.
Very likey.
Okay. All right. And that would be Mr. Gizik's turn. Okay, back over to the top. It is this thing's turn. It is slowed. It is flattened. Anduriel, it assumes kind of a ghostly form, which, given its nature, does not surprise you. And it stands up in the middle of the Leviathan's tooth. And it shifts one square through the floor, Anduriel, into square 17I.
Well, that's new.
So it seems to have the phasing property, the ability to move through solid objects. You've actually never seen anyone do this. So you flatten it, you leave the Leviathan's tooth in it for the magic to take effect, and then it phases through the tooth, through the physical force, and through the wooden platform also, and it kind of just rolls right next to you, and that is its move action. And now, Anduriel, it is going to attack you with its psychic siphon. What is your reflex?
Well, poop.
Rather good.
It is 19.
19. Okay. Needs an 11 to get you. And only rolls a 4. Anduriel, it reaches its hands, but it's moving so slowly that you easily dodge out of the way as these smoky limbs come towards you. And that means that it cannot use its nightmare form because it didn't manage to touch you. So that would be the end of its turn. Now it has to make a saving throw with a -2, right, Gizik?
Yep, that's right.
Well, this critter is a solo, which means it gets a +5 to its saves. However, it only gets a +3, so I need a 7 or higher. Unfortunately, I rolled a 16, so it does not fall asleep. It does not fall asleep. However, its turn is over.
All right, it's not slowed anymore then.
Okay. Bummer. All right, the piper's turn, or excuse me, the violinist's turn. It takes 5 more points of damage from Morokhan's ongoing flame.
Yes.
And I'm just going to roll right now and see if he passes it out. And he does not. Morokhan, he's still on fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Well, if he targets, he can't make a saving throw anyway. Or yeah, if he attacks, he can't make a saving throw.
Morokhan, he goes invisible.
Well, if he's on fire, I can still see where the flames are. Yes.
The flames go invisible along with him because they're touching his body. Unfortunately. Oh, jeez. Where in the world?
Can we still smell him burning?
I will let you make a perception check if he comes near you. Yeah, Morokhan, he has no desire to be in melee with an enormous dragonborn monk.
That's unfortunate.
He goes invisible and takes the move action. And let's see. Morokhan, he is going to hit you with his dazing melody. What is your will?
19.
Okay, he got a 22. Morokhan, you are dazed until the end of his next turn. So he starts playing this horrible, disjointed, cacophonous, dissonant melody. It's like, it's barely a melody, and you're just like, it fills your mind, and now you are only down to 1 action, unfortunately, my friend.
Minecraft music.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. And that is his turn. He also comes visible in square 14E, Lachlan, right next to you, and he is still on fire, and he's patting it, he's trying to pat the fire out, and then he realizes his cloak is on fire, and he's like, ah! And starts screaming ugly and hissing. He's calmer than another person might seem under those circumstances, but still losing his composure. And that is his turn. And Morokhan, it's your turn, my friend. You are dazed. You have 1 action. No minor, no move. Thawi.
No minor, no move.
No minor, no move. Thawi.
Okay, well, then, until I can move, I'm going to, until I can move, I'm going to prepare, I'm gonna prepare an attack.
Well, you can move.
I can move?
You only have 1 action. You have 1 standard action. You lose your move and your minor, but you still have, you can do anything you want with it.
Okay, well, I'm going to move. Wait, what square is Lachlan in exactly?
He is in square 11G. He's right in the entryway.
Okay.
He's right in the doorway of the assembly hall.
Okay, then 1, 2. I would like to move right next to Lachlan, blocking the doorway, blocking his way out into 12F.
You do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yep, you can do that if you take run action.
Okay.
All right, which means you are effectively blocking the exit, which I'm assuming is what you had in mind.
Absolutely.
All right. So you're like, the music is still filling in your head, but you see him appear, and he's like standing next to that pew, and you just go charging around the corner, and you brace yourself and land in front.
Yeah.
And that is Moralcon's turn. Okay, Ariel, it is your turn, my friend.
Yeah.
A moment.
Lachlan, don't let him leave.
Okay. Anduriel has never seen that phase. Well, he hasn't seen a phase like that before. So I'm going to use my minor action to use Charming Gaze, which means that whatever that is can't make an opportunity attack on me.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and go towards the violinist because he is solid. I can see him. I can hear him. And I'm going to try attacking.
Yes, you can. So, Anduriel, you look and your eyes blaze with what color? Like silvery light or?
Yeah, it's that kind of silver light, muted a little bit by the shadow, but it still has the silver to it.
Right, so your eyes blaze with that, and that aura kind of takes this thing over and kind of like moves almost like a snake with you, and then you move over.
Yep, then I move over to F14.
The poor violinist.
Right next to the violinist. And I'm going to attack him with Divine Juggernaut.
Mean. Do you want to use your minor action to pick up the Leviathan's tooth before you do that?
I use my minor action for Charming Gaze.
Okay, so you leave the Leviathan's tooth in square 18H.
Let me mark that.
I got it on the character sheet, but yeah.
Okay. All right, this is versus AC.
Okay.
That is a 2.
Ooh.
I'm going to use my ring that allows me to roll twice on the first attack of any enemy.
This is the first time you've attacked him.
With a different die. Okay.
Alrighty then.
Good call.
Yeah, I thought so. That is an 18. And this is is this a weapon attack, right? This is not a vampire attack.
Yep, this is a weapon attack, not a vampire attack.
That would be 28.
Okay, that is certainly a hit.
Okay.
Poor violinist. Everyone hates your music.
2 weapon.
Well, if he had a cowbell.
There you go. Or a triangle. I hear those are really popular.
14. 14 points of damage.
Ow.
And until the end of the encounter, when I use Healing Word or I channel Divinity, that targets. So he's going to take my Charisma modifier damage.
So is Juggernaut triple damage on the weapon? How much? Just out of curiosity, how much does it do?
It is double.
It's double. Oh, why do I keep thinking every daily is triple? Maybe that's because those are the ones that I usually take.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I have no doubt that you would. I really wish that I could give it to you.
That's okay.
But yeah, 2 weapon. Okay.
And then with that, it's going to trigger Blade of Nightmares, and so the enemy is immobilized until end.
Oh, terrible. Okay, so you hit him with Blade of Nightmares.
Yeah.
And that's so awful. Okay, so Anduriel, you used Divine Juggernaut.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is his eyes start to shine that silver color, and he shifts away from the cloud, and he turns, and in it seems like a half a second, he's right next to there, pulls out the kukri, and just goes full on right across the guy's arm where he's holding the violin, comes across it, and then up underneath his ribs, and he's just trying to kill him. But you see that divine light kind of not go from his eyes and sort of just go all over him, and boom, boom, boom.
Okay. All right, you just hack him up, and then a shadowy, after this blazing light envelops you and you stab him, this shadowy effect from Blade of Nightmares takes place, and a shadowy aura falls over him, and it fills his eyes with darkness, and he starts screaming, "No, I haven't failed you! I haven't failed yet! They're not. I can still kill them! No!" And he seems terrified, less so of you and more so that he may have failed whoever it is that has sent him. And that is Andriel's turn. Very nice. Very nice. Lachlan, it is your turn, my friend.
Can I see that wolf?
It's not a wolf anymore. It was a hag. Now it's a cloud.
No, it's about but I can see it?
You have direct line of sight. Yeah, you can see it.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to... it's weird to target a cloud, but he looks at that cloud and he says... He kind of looks like, I wonder if this will work. And he steps forward, raises his sword, and stretches forth his hand and says, "Lady Trueheart, shatter this heart on the altar of your scorn." He's going to channel divinity at the cloud.
Okay. Alrighty.
Versus Will. That's better. That's a 23.
Okay. Lachlan, you hit this thing with your power, and you get a distinct lack of emotion coming from it. You hit it, and it seems like it's affected, but it gives an abnormal kind of response. It just seems to shudder, like almost like it's shaking in place, but it does not come towards you or anything like that.
Okay.
You question its ability to feel affection in that way.
All right. Well, I'll use an action point. So what square is it in?
It is in square 17J or 17I.
Okay. So I have it. I will use an action point and try and use blunder on it.
Okay.
So it just sits there and shudders, and he kind of cocks his head and says, "I said, get over here." And he starts to like pull with his hands. So that's a 24.
Okay, that is a hit.
So it is going to take. Does it get the vulnerability from my channel divinity?
Yes, it does.
Okay, then the damage is going to be 14.
Is it just untyped?
Untyped, yeah, okay. Untyped. And I get to slide it 3. I'm going to slide it into square G14 next to Anduriel. And Anduriel gets to make an attack with a +3 melee basic attack with a +3 bonus. So he drags it forward and says, "Just get it, Anduriel."
Okay. All right, Lachlan. It does not seem to fall prey completely to his heart enchantment or his channel divinity, but it does seem to have enough sentience for Lachlan to compel it to move forward. So Lachlan, you're just kind of compelling, and you bellow for Anduriel to attack it, and he may.
That is a 14 plus 6.
That's more than enough.
That's going to be 19.
Oh, never mind. That's exactly what you needed.
Okay, cool.
All right, whack him.
Melee basic, right?
Yep.
So it's the die 4 again.
It's the die 6.
Die 6 because I'm not using the Leviathan's Tooth. It's the Kukri. That is a 6. Plus my damage, right? Damage bonus?
Yep.
So it's 12.
Okay.
And
all right.
He's still vulnerable 5, so...
Oh, so that's actually not 12. That's 17, right?
Yeah.
Is whatever it is bloodied, and does it bleed?
It does not bleed, and you do damage it, but it ends up feeling very much like your blows are not striking as fully as they should be. Physical attacks, while it's in this cloudy form, just don't seem to be having as strong an effect on it. As it is proven previously, it is completely immune to psychic damage. When Gizik tried to use his witch slumber on it, it did not seem as prone to that. So obviously, whatever emotions this thing has, they're abnormal. They're like aberrant. And that was Lachlan's turn. Gizik, it is your turn, my friendic. The effect of the Leviathan's tooth has now worn off, Gizik, so you can leave your bedroom. You can get out of your bedroom now.
All right, I'll get out of bed.
Pick up the tooth on your way over.
This thing's insubstantial, isn't it?
Right now, it is insubstantial, yes. Just phased through the floor.
But I could ignore it and attack the fawn or whatever.
You could. You could attack the satyr.
I will attack the satyr.
Why not? Everybody's just ganging up on him.
It's the new Sister Fought a Bear. It's a cool thing.
Oh. Gizik, what square are you moving to, bud?
I'll move just right inside the room again. 19G.
Okay, it will have concealment from the podium in front of you. You need to move around it somewhere.
All right, fine. I'll move to 19F then.
Okay. All right, now you have line of sight, Gizik.
All right, so that'll be 20, 22, and just with Hag's Hunger again, 22 and 16.
You're attacking with Hag's Hunger, the violinist?
Yeah.
The violinist.
It's not. It moved, buddy.
Oh.
He's like 5 squares away from you.
He's by the
fine.
pews. He can square 14E. He ran away from Morocon. Blame the dragon.
I'm attacking the cloud then.
Okay.
I don't know if those will hit. What did I say? It was like a...
The cloud is in 14G. He's on the other side of Anduriel. He's an Anduriel sandwich with the violinist on one side and the cloud on the other.
Thanks, Lachlan.
What do I have that can attack that?
Got a distance attack?
Not really.
You could charge.
Yeah, I'll charge. I'll charge the satyr.
Okay. Why not just beat up the violinist? Okay. And what square do you wind up in, Gizik?
Where did you say he moved to?
He is in 14F.
Anduriel's in 14F.
F. Then I'll just be in 15F.
The violinist is in 14E. So we'll put you in 15E, Gizik.
Yes, please don't attack me on accident.
I would never do that.
Okay. All right. Swing and a miss. Okay. So Gizik swing and a miss. Back to the top. Now it is the beastie's turn. It is got all kinds of ugly people around it. It is going to use its maddening gaze and use a close burst 3 attack. It only hits one target. Anduriel, you hit it. But Lachlan, you've been the most annoying. So it's going to use maddening gaze on you. Lachlan, what is your will?
20.
Okay, he needs a 12 to hit you here. And he gets a 19, unfortunately.
Ooh.
All right, Lachlan, 2 eyes kind of begin glowing in the cloudy form that become discernible to you. And you are going to take, no, that's not bad, 21 points of psychic damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
And you make a melee basic attack versus Morocon.
Oh, jeez.
No, excuse me. Let me back that up. Lachlan, which of the party members would you be the most afraid of in combat? Which one of the party members do you have the most fear towards?
Gizik.
Okay. Okay.
He
So
can't
Gizik
hit the broadside of a barn, but if he does, it hurts.
Okay.
It's
Is that just overall Gizik fear? Like he's the one who scares you the most because he hits so hard?
And because he's so ugly.
Okay. All right, Lachlan, you charge a cat Gizik.
Can I reach him? Where is he?
You can. Lachlan, you go charging past Moralcon and Duriel, and you wind up in square 15F. Make a melee basic attack versus Gizik, please.
All right, sorry, buddy. I got a pretty good basic attack.
Of course you
You're
do.
taking a nice virtuous strike.
Oh,
That's a 23 versus AC.
yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. It's
Let me double check. Let me triple check.
8 points of radiant damage.
All right.
Okay. JT, I can't hear you. What was that?
Ask if the bard could help him out anyway, raise that AC up a little bit.
I'm going to give you temporary hit points and then take them right back.
Lachlan, as this thing has these two glowing eyes, these horrid glowing red eyes, they fill your mind, and you can see the eyes in your mind's eye, and it just drives you insane with fear. And you panic, you have a horrid headache, blood comes squirting out of your ear, and then you look at Gizik, and for a moment, you're just convinced if you don't kill him, that he's going to kill you. And you just go charging at him with your sword. So Anduriel and Moralcon, Lachlan comes screaming and running past you like a lunatic and slashes Gizik across the arm. And it is going to use its action point, unfortunately. And it is going to use Clinging Nightmare on Anduriel. Anduriel, what is your AC, my friend?
It is, well, we said that thing's bloodied, right?
What thing?
The thing, the cloud?
No, it's not bloodied. It's not even close to bloodied.
Oh, I thought, okay, then it's 16. AC 16.
Okay. Need 6 to hit you. And rolls a 2.
Ooh.
So, unfortunately, that's so terrible for it. All right, Anduriel, it just goes, and like two enormous arms form out of this cloudy form, and they wrap around you, or they try to, but you just dart out of the way because you're too nimble, and it's unable to touch you again. And now it is the violinist's turn. He really doesn't want to die. He is going to use Song of Death, which is a close burst 5 and will hit all of you. Moralcon, what is your will?
He also takes 5 fire damage.
He does take 5 fire damage. Thank you, Moralcon.
And is
He does not look like he can put up with too much more punishment. He is definitely more than bloodied. Okay, Moralcon, what is your fortitude, my friend?
My fortitude, 21.
Yes. 21. That is a 20. Miss. Anduriel, what is your fortitude?
20.
Oh, that is a 19. Miss. Lachlan, what is your fortitude?
16.
Oof. Oh,
Don't say it.
no.
You turd.
There's your 20, sir.
I think we need to find.
Oh, that's a 1.
Oh,
He didn't back it up. Okay. And all right. So apparently I'm not that much of a turd. He didn't back it up. However, that is a hit. And finally, Gizik, what is your fortitude?
18.
And that is a 16. Miss. So the only one who falls prey to the Song of Death is Lachlan. Bummer.
we almost had to find a new voice there.
Here we go. All right. Lachlan, my friend. Ooh, 16. Lachlan, you take 28 points of necrotic and psychic damage, and ongoing necrotic damage 5 as you begin to age and rot.
No,
And it
rotting is the
strikes
worst.
that you have seen this magic used before. He starts playing a horrid song on his violin, and the power of death kind of fills the area around him. Lachlan, your skin begins to rot and wither. You don't have enough moisturizer for what's happening to you right now. And it's absolutely awful. Lachlan, you start to grow pale, your cheeks sink in. All those carb counting days are feeling, why did I not have the muffin? It's just terrible. It fills you as death begins to take you.
He chose holy.
It's yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it looks like. It's just slower. And that is his turn. That is his attack. He's horrified at the idea that it doesn't work, so he's going to use his encounter power fairy form. He's going to shift down to a tiny size, go invisible, and fly 10. The violinist is gone. So he shifts down into a little like pixie form and then poof, vanishes in a sparkle of like prismatic light. And then you just hear it whizzing away, flying somewhere.
Does anyone get attacks of opportunity? Since he's
unfortunately not.
Sound like it.
He's flanked and surrounded.
No, not because he's invisible. You do not, and also because he's tiny. He is almost imperceptible. So all of you might be swinging, but he easily evades you all. Also, he shifted 10 squares, more or less. So he is gone, and that is it. And now it would be... That was the violinist's turn. It's Moralcon's turn.
Well, I'm going to shout out at the dude that just ran away. Do you really think that death is going to be so bad compared to what is waiting for you? Because I heard him talking about failing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then, well, I've got this cloud that's hanging out next to Anduriel, so...
You hear this little voice say, go to hell! Go to hell!
You first, Pixie.
You're not my dad! So I'm going to move to G13.
Okay.
Next to this cloudy cloud. And I am going to... Let's see, what do I want to do? I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to get down. I'll get down low into a stance, and I'll pivot. Okay, well, I'm doing Eagle Claw Strike. So as I throw a really big haymaker at this cloud here,
okay,
which is a 21 versus Fortitude.
That is a hit.
All right. Oh, how about that? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, so oh man. Okay, so that's a 26 in damage, and he takes a -3 to AC.
All right. So your 26 feels more like a 13, unfortunately.
Oh.
Because he is phasing. However, it is a solid hit. So awesome. So you slam into him, and you make contact, and you see smoke, and like it just kind of goes boof, and it makes an indentation in it. And what else happens?
He -3 to AC.
Okay.
So that dent is there for a little bit longer.
All right. It seems to have a hard time under that heavy blow, kind of controlling or getting its form back together. Very nice hit, Moralcon. And Duriel, my friend, it is your turn, unless Moralcon has anything else he's going to do.
No, I'm spent.
Right. All right, well, seems like the thing to do would be to attack the cloud. Yeah.
Yay! Attack the cloud.
Attack the cloud. So, vampire attack seems less effective. So we're gonna go.
I think everything's less effective, pretty much.
Fight
Yeah.
the mist.
Until
Well,
it takes on a physical form, it just doesn't hurt as deeply. However, when it takes on a physical form, it takes on the form of your nightmares.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and hit with Weapon of Divine Protection.
Okay.
So that's just versus AC.
Okay.
And that is not going to hit. It is only a 14.
Okay.
Got a
Swing and
minus
miss.
3. Got a minus 3.
Oh yeah.
Minus
So that's
3, yeah.
Actually, still a miss. Yeah. Unfortunately. So even though that's a 17, that's still a miss. Swing and a miss. But all right. So you swing and you try to make contact. Just the cloud just kind of shifts away. Its form is ever moving, and it's really confusing. It's barely.
For the love of shadow, how do you fight a cloud? You brat, get over here.
Huge hair dryer.
I come back in with a huge psychic attack.
Yeah, there we go.
Bring it. All right, that's
All right, swing and a miss.
Runs in with a vacuum cleaner.
Okay, Lachlan with a vacuum cleaner in the kitchen. It's your turn, my friend.
actually. Can I use Healing Word on Lachlan?
Of course you can.
Okay,
It's a close burst. Does not provoke an attack.
I'm going to do so. The target spends a surge plus 1d6.
Okay, roll the 1d6, please, JT.
It's going to be a 4.
Lovely.
And because I did that, the little fairy guy just took 3 points of damage from
Oh.
Divine Juggernaut.
Oh no.
And allies adjacent to me get their charisma modifier temporary HP. Is it their charisma modifier or my charisma modifier?
Your
Yours.
charisma modifier.
So they get 3 temporary hit points.
All right, beautiful. So Anduriel uses Healing Word, and he flashes with an even brighter light. And as it falls over you, you all get 3 temporary hit points.
I will take it.
Nice.
Yeah, you can just count it as healing if you want to. That'll make it easier to keep track of. For now.
That's it.
Okay. Since we'll be finishing up our stream soon for the night, making it healing is just easier than putting temporary HP. For next time. Okay. So that is a lovely, lovely hit. And the thing is, this thing is still on fire from Worldcon's from hits. So somewhere in the distance, there's like a he may actually die from being on fire and from you doing that little shock effect.
Oh my gosh, please.
You find a little
Yeah.
pixie, find this dead little pixie in the hall.
We hear a loud thud in the hall.
No, you just smoke coming up off the floor, like he hit those bug zappers or something. Like, okay, very nice. That was Anduriel's turn. Lachlan, it's your turn, bud.
So I'm still next to the cloud, right?
You are still next to the cloud. Yes.
Okay. Well,
I thought he went over by Gizik because the cloud made him.
He did, but he's next to the cloud, even by Gizik. He's
Oh, that's true.
adjacent
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
We're kind of all gathered in the middle
We're
there,
all
right?
next to the cloud. Yeah, we're all next.
Yep. You are all adjacent to the cloud except for Gizik.
let's do a virtuous strike while he's got that -3 to AC.
On Gizik?
No, on
I'm just checking.
so that's
Friendly
a
fire
28.
happens. Hit.
That's a 28. That's a hit. Yeah. This is all radiant. Is it going to do full damage?
It will do full damage.
Oh, plus we're flanking this thing. Is that
Actually, Lachlan, your attack does more damage.
Ooh, great. Well,
It
that's
is vulnerable.
I did
Yeah.
14 by myself plus his vulnerability.
Okay.
plus -3 to his AC if that helps?
He hit already, but
You already
thank
got
you.
So
we
he takes his
thank
sword,
you.
and as he swings it, it gets cut. I mean, it flares with that rosy energy, but it gets really bright where it's almost white, and just slices through it. It's a
Okay.
little strange swinging a sword through air, but
Well, it's disturbing because you swing your sword right through the center of it, and while the blade might normally not do a ton of damage, as you swing through, the radiant light seems to shock it like lightning, and its whole form shudders again. It does not like the radiant damage you just did. Gee, Moralcon, don't you do radiant damage sometimes?
If he's in my channel divinity aura.
Oh, but you already used it to save someone's life, but it's a good thing you did.
Well, I figure it's nicer to have Gizik around than to fell an enemy. So,
well, given how close he was to dying, I would say that was a good move on your part.
Yes.
All right, speaking of dying, Gizik, it's your turn, my friend. You have everything available to you. There it is.
Well, I could try a burst attack.
You could.
There's only one problem.
All of your friends will be...
It affects each creature in the burst, not each enemy in the burst, so...
You could move and try to aim the burst in a different area. Which power are you thinking of using?
Earth Storm. It's a close burst, too, so...
Yeah, you could move over to square, say, 15I. You could move over to and stand on top of the pew and do that.
All right, let's do that.
Then you wouldn't hit anybody. All right, Gizik. Gizik climbs up on top of the pew in that little chapel area and casts Earth Storm. What does it target, Gizik?
It targets Fortitude. So it's a 23 versus Fortitude.
That is a hit.
So that's D8 plus 4 damage. 8 damage, and he's prone.
Okay.
And that's burst, so that should be full damage, right?
I don't think insubstantial works that way. That's a swarm that you're thinking of.
Okay.
When it creates a swarm. But it still does damage, and it knocks it prone, which gives everybody combat advantage.
Now it's fog.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay, that was funny. Now it's fog. Great. All right. So, Gizik, what does it look like when you cast Earthstorm?
I just kind of like stomp down on the ground, and then rock flies up from the ground, kind of swirling around me and slamming into everything up to 2 squares away.
All right. It's pretty disorienting. What?
Do you yell Hulk smash?
Okay. So, Gizik he starts chanting
and
slams his foot on the ground, and all of these stones from the chamber uproot themselves and start flying around. Moralcon, Lachlan, Endura, you're all like, ah! You know, there's flying rocks everywhere, and they slam into this thing one after the other, and they hit. It doesn't seem to do a ton of damage, but they force it into the ground, and now it's fog. Very nice. And that, I believe, is where we're going to end it for the night, since we are not only late, but we started a half an hour late. We will be back up at the top with this nasty little nightmare critter, and we'll see whether or not we have a cooked pixie that appears somewhere.
Oh my gosh, please.
Awesome.
That would be awesome.
Well, we will see how that works. Okay. And that is great. So thank you, those of you who joined us for the evening. And now we will turn the time over to Ryan, who has our Consider This moment for the night.
Well, good. I have a couple of thoughts. My first thought has to do with something that my secretary said. We had a very angry parent in the office, and she made quite a scene. And after she left, this my secretary, she turned and said, "It must be exhausting to be that angry all the time." And I thought the idea of anger being exhausting, and it was really just a matter of her not getting her way. And later in the week, I was reading and read this quote. It's by a rabbi named Harold Kushner. He said, "The purpose of life is not to win. The purpose of life is to grow and to share When you come to look back on all that you have done in life, you will get more satisfaction from the pleasure you have brought to other people's lives than you will from the times that you outdid and defeated them. And I just, the connection between the two about the amount of energy and exhausting how that being angry all the time or that need to win and get ahead, when really the things that you look back on, I mean, like I even think of the kids at recess and try and tell them there's no World Cup for recess soccer. It's a lot more about just having fun with your friends. So the little things that make life good and involve simple things like forgiving and gratitude and helping make other people's lives good. So getting angry and being grumpy or fighting to win, it's exhausting and a waste. That's my thought.
That is a wonderful, wonderful thought. Anybody have anything they'd like to add to that?
Well, I like it because it seems like sometimes in life, when you walk out the door, you feel like you're rolling initiative and like, how is this encounter going to go today? And
Yeah.
and it doesn't. It's not supposed to be that way. Like the best way to go throughout life is not having that anger, not having all that. You know, this isn't combat. We're all here together. We're all trying to get through this thing together. And so I like that approach. Don't carry that anger with you, and you'll enrich others' lives, and you'll be enriched too. So that's cool.
And it's true. Anger really is exhausting.
Yep, it can be addictive too, though. Like if you aren't watching your habits, you can, just find out that you are getting angry all the time, and sometimes you don't know how to stop.
Yeah. Yep, I love that. I think it's a beautiful thought. I'm one of those people who has spent quite a bit of time being angry and feeling the toxicity with it. I have a crazy family, and they certainly, while anger is the choice that sometimes I make, they certainly provide enough opportunities for me to indulge if I choose. And it's very, very difficult but when you get to that point where you stop living in your anger and realize that those emotions are poison, it is a much better way of life. It just is. I think your secretary is very wise, and you can tell her I said so. It must be exhausting to carry that around. I would rather carry around love, and love feels good. End of story. It just feels great. It's what I imagine heaven to be like. Those loving moments that you have where you feel filled with that emotion. It's what I imagine heaven is like. That's just my thought. So, or I hope so, because otherwise this is going to suck. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us all tonight. Have a wonderful evening, and adios.
Good night.
See you guys.